Welcome to the Filmistines, the podcast where we discuss all things movies. Join us as we dive deep into the latest releases, revisit classic films, and explore the art of cinema. Whether you're a film fanatic or just love a good flick, we've got you covered. From Hollywood blockbusters to indie gems, we'll be breaking down the storytelling, cinematography, and everything in between. So grab some popcorn, sit back, and get ready for some cinematic magic. If you like what you hear, please consider subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/Filmistines. We offer tiers at the $1, $5, and $20 level, where the $5 tier will grant the ability to request films for future episodes. This is the Filmistines, where movies are more than just entertainment, they're an experience. And welcome back to another episode of the Filmistines. Thanks for tuning in. We're happy to have you here today. Thank you for sacrificing some of your precious time to be here today to listen to this brief analysis of a movie that you've never heard of. I'm joined today by my Vuv-lovin' friend, Lucy. Welcome. How are you?
Can't complain.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Thanks for having me on today's episode.
You're welcome. I'm glad you could be here. You can join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for brand new episodes of the Filmistines covering all sorts of movies, including the recent Talk to Me, Strays, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new one, of course, Troll Hunter, the old one, of course, The Last Voyage of Demeter, all very fine films, with the exception of Strays. Don't watch it.
Listen to the episode, don't watch the movie.
Yeah, it's a short episode, probably our shortest episode to date, actually. But yeah, man, thanks for being here today so we could discuss the sort of interesting film, Landscape with Invisible Hand. Directed by Cory Finley, of course. Written also by Cory Finley. Landscape with Invisible Hand. I hate the title. Title sucks. Title's weird. I don't like it. It doesn't jive with the movie. It doesn't do anything for me. I guess I like that the ending portrait that he's making, or the ending mural he's making, or whatever, that last shot is, it's titled Landscape with Invisible Hand, or whatever. That's fun and everything. But it's a terrible title for a movie.
I agree. I didn't understand the title. Just besides that, at the end, where I saw it. Oh, there's the title. Still don't know what it means.
So, did we or did we not like the movie?
We loved the movie. No, I think you did not like the movie. I think that you wanted to like the movie, but you didn't. Like, there was something there that had to be said, but it wasn't said, and you didn't like that.
I think you thought this movie was boring.
Oh, interesting.
And that's what I think.
Okay.
This movie has an identity crisis.
Yes.
This movie did have a lot to say, or it had a lot it wanted to say, but didn't know how to say anything. And that's a problem a lot of us suffer from. It's hard. You feel these feelings, right? Mm-hmm. But you have a hard time becoming lucid about it. You know, that's like, it's just the whole kind of nature of lucidness. That's why we call it lucid dreaming, because you're kind of putting some order to something very out of control and chaotic as a dream. That's why we call it lucid dreaming, right? This movie had a hard time becoming lucid, I think. And it obviously suffers in a major way from it, because nothing happens. Movie doesn't go anywhere. Doesn't fucking have anything to actually say. I think it's mostly making fun of classism. But I'm not 100% certain about that. That's just the feeling I get. But what are some of your high level of thoughts?
There were no high level thoughts here. I definitely agree with you that this movie had a lot to say. I think it tried to say something about classism and love and capitalism and art and abandonment and kind of like, don't fuck with me. You know, I forgot that I was a badass, and boundaries, and just, you know, content creators. Like it was everywhere.
And censorship.
And
And
yes.
gentrification. The list goes on and on.
Yes, it was way too much. And I was trying to figure it out the whole movie, like what it was trying to say. And, I don't particularly want that when I watch a movie. I don't want to be trying to figure it out the whole time.
Not from a, like, structural standpoint.
Yes.
Yes. Not like that.
But I will say that I was not bored watching this. I liked a lot of things that happened here just from a filmmaking view, I guess. Your plot was awful. Your story was awful. Even some of your characters' performance, awful.
Who's the worst?
God, I don't know. I think definitely the mom and the dad, Mr. Marsh.
You didn't like them?
No. I think they were the good ones.
Oh, you think they were the good ones? Oh, okay.
Performance-wise.
Yeah.
But probably our main dude and Chloe.
Oh, you think they were the worst?
I think they were the worst.
I thought Chloe's brother, Hunter, was...
He's there too.
So fucking terrible. I was just like, what? Just don't even have this character here. Although his character does help facilitate the best performative piece that we get in the whole movie, and that's when the two parents... The dad's like, don't disrespect don't disrespect me like that in front of my son kind of thing. That was, I feel like, the most interesting performative piece we got.
See, and I didn't put him that low because he made me angry. So at least he got a feeling out of me. He kind of pissed me off. So, hey, you got something out of me, I guess. But other than that, there weren't any great performances here. But I liked our aliens here. The Vovs. I really liked how they looked. I thought they looked so fucking awesome. I thought they looked like a chewed up piece of gum that you tried to shape back into its original square or rectangle looking thing and stuck some legs on it. I love that they had their own language. I liked how shitty the props looked. Like the thingy that went on their head. I don't know what that thing was called. I liked that. I like that one of them came back to be the dad, to be the father, and he just watched TV and kind of picked up some of our mannerisms from watching TV and try to replicate some of that. I really enjoyed that. And just some of that dynamic between both families here, just I really hated it, but not hated it in a way that, oh, it shouldn't have been done. Just hated it that it made me mad, and it made me just mad in the situation that they were both in and how they just handled the whole thing. So, I wasn't bored.
All right. Okay. I was off base. You were not bored.
No. But did I like it? I don't think so.
Yeah, it sounds like it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm mostly there with you. Did I like it? I mean, I like a lot. There's a lot I like about it, but I don't like it as, like, it is a working piece.
Yes.
There's a lot of interesting, threads, like we've said, that it kind of starts to open up, and nothing goes anywhere. It's like we start with a character who is going to school, befriends the new girl. They think they can start this business together, basically, and they also kind of simultaneously fall in love, but not really, and that doesn't really go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And we end on our character is actually a conflicted artist who is offered a job, basically, to commoditize his art, but realizes that there's going to be a gentrification that happens with his art.
Yeah.
And that, okay, all right.
All right.
There's a lot of A, B, C, D, E, F, G's in here. There's not a proper kind of ABC here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's everything that went on in the movie didn't lead us to this point. This point could have been made without half the shit that went on in this movie.
It kind of reminded me of that movie with Andrew Garfield. I think it's called Underneath Silver Lake, which is a great movie, and it shares kind of similar qualities in that what are all these kind of pieces adding up to? But that's kind of the important part of that film, where you read into things so much that they have connective meaning with each other,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't. everything's, all these things are happening independent of one another. There's not, this overarching kind of conspiratorial thing happening. And that's, one reason I love that movie a lot. And Andrew Garfield's great. But when we have something similar happening here, but there's not, it's just like a bunch of bits kind of stitched together that don't add anything. Because the difference with Andrew Garfield's movie is it's just Andrew Garfield experiencing this and kind of having these like what the fuck moments over and over again. Here we almost have a change of main characters in the middle of the movie with his mom.
Yep. It's
weird. It's off, and it's really not good.
It's not. Yeah.
His mom's good, but the storytelling here is borderline bad, and I hate to say that because there is a lot of fun in this movie.
Yes, and I hate that. I hate that too.
Yeah.
This movie it just gave me the same vibes as Smoking Causes Coughing.
The Quentin Dupieux movie.
Sure, yeah. If you say so.
That's the director.
Yeah. I didn't remember that.
That's my boy.
It just gave me those same vibes, although I honestly don't know which one I like better. Probably that one because of the weird short stories.
Yeah, but it's also it's the vignette style thing that's happening there, and it's an overt comedy.
Yes.
It's stupid as stupid gets,
yes.
And
but here
it takes itself a little too serious.
Is that what it is?
I think so. Our main character especially is taking himself too serious.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, the dad living in his basement and stuff, if he was our main character, maybe it would be kind of more overtly a comedy, right?
Yes.
Especially when he put the wig on and stuff.
That
I was just hilarious. Like, this is good. Like, we're at the tail end of this movie. Like, what the fuck? Like, why isn't he the main character? His whole classism and relativism. Well, I guess the relativism lives with our main character, Adam, right? His name is, and which is definitely the most interesting part of the movie to me. But we never. That's like the smallest thread we go down. His relativism. That's because we only get it through internal conflict with him. We don't explore it in any meaningful way, other than all right, I don't like my art being gentrified. It's like, all right, what are you saying? You're taking yourself a little too serious for me to laugh at this and be like, ha ha, fuck corporatism,
Yes.
It sounds like, I don't know, it's not giving me enough of anything on his side for me to say, I don't know. I'm just like, so what the fuck? It's such a kind of frustrating movie, I guess, in that way.
Which is funny because that was probably my favorite part of the film when they drew those like, they weren't googly eyes, but might as well have been faces on his art.
Yeah,
and
it's a great part.
That was hilarious. That was so funny. But then you didn't. I don't know. I don't know. What
it just ends basically. I would have rather it had just ended right before that, where he entered into the big meteor or asteroid-looking ship type thing where they're all fucking residing, and that just ended right there. That would have been fine with me. Where we just boop. Done. But instead, I almost feel like we should have gotten a hand over fist message when he got back with his mom, being like, you know what, yada 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 about being a human, and sacrificing my soul for the man and whatever, something.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, that's a little heavy handed, but at this point I'm okay, I'm fine with that.
I'll welcome it. Yeah. I wish it would have ended a little bit after that. Because I love seeing them do that to his picture so much. I loved it. But then, we see what they did. And then the Vov is like, go ahead and tell everybody about why you drew this.
And then
then he's like, and then end.
I can see that. You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Sorry to bother you. That kind of ending.
Yes. I thought that's where they were going to go. But nope, they kept it going, and he just stumbled around trying to find words and came home and then did the weird shit with the invisible hand, I guess. Like, okay, all right, well,
See, and I guess it's worth bringing up now. So the invisible hand is this economic principle. Okay, it's this implication that there is this economic kind of equilibrium between people's desires and self-interests and the market. and it just helps proliferate ideas and products, and it helps make a decentralized market grow in some kind of positive way. Okay.
Okay.
And so that's fine. That's economics 101. That's very fundamental. So walking into this movie, I thought it was going to be a little bit more about how capitalism is bad, how capitalism is oppressive. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. I thought we were going to get a little bit more of a commentary on the predatory nature of capitalism, these kinds of things. You feel me?
Yes.
Do you feel like we got any kind of adequate amount of capitalistic commentary at all?
I think we did, but maybe not in a great way. I guess just them being down there, the poor people, while all the rich people went up it was in space. It was in...
It's like just above?
Yeah, just the above. And we got just, I guess, a tiny glimpse of it with the neurosurgeon that was driving them.
I feel like an important part that's missing here is the actual industry, because yes, he got offered $2 million or something to paint these paintings, right, so they could alter them. And yes, this neurosurgeon's making 10 times the monies he was making as a neurosurgeon, something like that. By what means? These things, there has to be industry for money to be sustainable, and it seems like they print everything, and so that's gonna inherently kind of depreciate any kind of money system. So what's the problem? Why don't the people just continue living their life and find a new elite 1% of people? I feel like the people left behind are nothing's going to change. If the 1% is just gone overnight and is sent to the above floating island, nothing is going to change. Then there's just going to be a new 1%, new elite, new creative kind of movement kind of taking over. Like, I don't unless the earth is dying. I didn't get that. We did get a little bit about humans, they were this organism that would manipulate their planet and where they live into things they want and need. But I don't think we got that the earth is dying, so aliens are here to save us. So I don't understand why humans don't just continue like any other day. They're not being oppressed, obviously. They can just reinvent the concept of money, because obviously if everyone's rich up there, right, and everything's printed, there really is no concept of money. If everyone's a billionaire, it's like all of a sudden no one's actually a billionaire kind of thing.
Yeah, that was weird. It's like half the world is missing. That we need that half to understand the big picture here, what you're trying to say. But I don't know, because, we have that whole scene where the teacher kills himself.
Which in retrospect, doesn't seem very fitting for this movie.
No. And that's how the movie basically starts out. So,
which is cool.
Yes.
I did like that.
Yes. And I didn't know we were in for that kind of movie, but then we weren't in that kind of movie. And I was like, what is going on?
That was our first left turn.
Yes.
And then we made a right turn, and then a left and right and left. It's just like, where are we going?
So they're kind of being oppressed, because now they're not even letting teachers or human teachers educate kids, I guess.
But they just open up your other school.
One of his drawings was called Occupy. Yeah,
implying that this is an oppressive...
Yes. But that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah.
We didn't get anything else.
Boop.
Like you said, why didn't you just move to the next town? And then I didn't understand that how the girl's family didn't have... So are there no jobs? I don't know. I agree. We're missing something there. And that's funny with the... I don't know. I can't tell you because it's not there.
They don't give us quite enough, I feel like.
And then that weird thing with the dad.
And it would have been okay if it was just a little bit more overtly funny, or trying to be. But our main character takes himself way too fucking serious.
Yeah, because I loved when the dad saw that Vov thing on top of his wife, sleeping there like your cat sleeps on top of you. I thought that was hilarious. So just go that way. Go the funny route. You're already halfway there. I've already halfway laughed through this whole film. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It was just weird.
It was just like a soup of concepts, right? There's no body to it or something.
It was like a leftover casserole.
It all just molded together.
Yes.
It's like there's no fucking like there's no beginning and ends of anything. It just all just blends together, and you're just like, what is going on? Yeah, one of my favorite parts of the movie. I probably had 3 favorite parts, maybe 4, like parts I really liked. The end. Mm-hmm. That would have been a great ending, actually. Now that you say that, where just we get a close up and he's just like, end.
Yes.
That'd have been great. That would have been great. And then I like the mom and dad altercation that happens when he's there on the computer.
Oh,
that's a great. I think that's performance wise, I do think that's very easily the best of the whole movie. But I also liked when Chloe and Adam were trying to sell these knickknacks that they've scavenged and stuff, and then someone's, looking at them, and then they're like, if you don't got any money, get out of the way for our other customers, and he's like, what other customers?
What other customers?
It's like, okay, there's a little something about the market, right? I'm just like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on here. Though, is there a meta commentary here trying to say that these aliens above are China coming to the United States and kind of displacing, the housing market and the electronics market? Not deep enough, is it? The movie?
No way.
Because the alien thing can imply non-United States, non-wherever the film's made, kind of thing. So, but yeah, not quite right.
No.
I mean, it is a movie I do want to like a little bit more because it taps into some things, but it's just so almost skit-wise pieced together, and it's having a hard time kind of weeding through it.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that. In the beginning of the episode, you said that he felt something and he was trying to say it, which is funny because that's what our main character did here with his mural. That he didn't really have anything to say. He was just painting his feelings. So maybe that's what our director did here. Which, I guess it's based off a book. So maybe he read the book, felt some sort of way, but didn't know how to... And boom.
It's really meta on like a really personal level.
Which, that you can't do that with film, dude. Sorry, but you can't. Unless it's your own personal movie for yourself. Then alright. Like, M. Night's...
Lady in the Water.
Lady in the Water. It's like, alright, you confused the shit out of me, but okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a really good point. And it does even further damage the movie, I think, because of how serious our main character is. So our director, that would maybe imply that our director here is being a little more serious than he might even let on. Even maybe the funny is actually a cynical, but it's true kind of thing. It's just like, oh no.
Yeah, it's just not enough here for us to.
He's reminding me of I'm 14 and I'm deep subreddit where it's for 14-year-olds who post, memes and aphorisms that are, deep, whatever the fuck that means. It's kind of what I'm getting from this movie. Yeah, he should have stuck with one of the many threads, and he probably could have had a really interesting movie happening here. I would have really liked the thread of these aliens are really interested in the humanities, and especially love and the human dynamic, the human relationship with one another. That would have been a really cool thread to just have throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, I thought this was good after like their little content thing failed. Adam and Chloe's little content thing about love failed. I thought when the mom went down there and she was, telling him about there's no stronger love than a mother's love. I thought her and the son were gonna start a content thing.
I did too.
And that's how they were gonna pay off the debt, but they didn't go there. I was like, oh, all right.
No, instead they give you one of their own to come live with you.
And you get married.
And you get married, and it's fine and all, but it's just like, what? So I mean, it's there may be some there's something deeply interesting in you saying something about Adam, kind of echoing what the director here is doing. I think there is a almost cry for there's just too much going on in the world to put it into any singular medium or project or piece of art for it to really have any kind of coherency. So there's like almost this cry for help on like an existential species level that we're just too much. We need I don't. It's a little melodramatic, dude, but that's fine, I guess.
And it's also funny that he wrote and directed this film, because most of the time when they write it and direct it, we have something very cohesive, and that wasn't the case here.
But it sounds like that might be part of the point. I don't know what that ultimate point is. Yeah, now you've done it.
Cory, Finley.
You've opened up the Pandora's box in this movie. Now that you've legitimized it. To be honest, it's a pretty cute movie to just watch and to have fun with, and just be like, to see the vubs. They're weird and they move weird, and
it's like an icebreaker movie. Maybe you're chilling with somebody.
It's good. Yeah, it's a good movie to whip out like that. Not too weird, but it's just weird enough. Be like, for that friend to be like, that was interesting. What else you got? And they're like, I got way more better. I got way better movies than this one. Come on.
Like I was just testing you.
Yeah.
You pass.
Now I can pull out the Beau's Afraid and shit. And House of a Thousand Corpses.
Where did you find this film?
That's a good question. I believe I saw a trailer, like thumbnail, on one of the YouTube channels that I subscribed for.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trailer channel, like Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. I'm not sure if it's them or not. And you're taking a shit.
All right.
And you're on your phone.
Okay.
And I have a tendency to like watch movies without sound. You know how they play automatically when you scroll past them on YouTube. And I'll like start a trailer, watch the first 15 seconds, and if it looks mildly interesting, I will add it to my letterbox and store it away.
All right.
And I guess a few weeks ago, I saw this one, and it got added away, and then it popped up again in my life, and I was like, all right, time to watch this one. Because, upon, after some research, not many people have seen this film. It's did terrible in the box office.
I couldn't find anything on this film.
There's no budget talk that I've seen. So, what's your budget? Yes.
Well, now I feel like I was very, very, very generous.
What do you think?
5 million?
I don't think 5 million's probably all that far off, to be honest.
I just thought there was a lot of
there were a lot of very simple sets happening here.
CG.
And the CG was pretty low key as well. So it's hard to say. I'll update you if that ever pops up, but
all right.
If I had to guess, I'd probably be right there with you. 5 million sounds about right.
I don't know, man. There was nothing here, absolutely nothing. So nothing in the movie. There was nothing in the movie, but out there in the world, I couldn't find much on this movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know either.
It reminds me of one of these. Got a better way of putting it. Someone who just fucking continues out their ass to play devil's advocate, and you're just like, what do you fucking believe in? That kind of thing. That's maybe a better way to put it.
Yes.
But someone who plays devil's advocate a little bit too much, and you're just like, what's going on in your head? How do you feel? Why do you just want to be so provocative? That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else left to say for me?
Nope. I've said it all.
Yeah, man. Well, with all that said, what do you think of the movie poster?
It's kind of cute. I like that the Vov is there. He's our centerpiece. So that's already like weird as fuck. And he's in a desk chair. But it's not a modern desk chair. It looks old. So I like that. And I don't know how I feel about the clouds.
And it says they come for our love.
Yeah. Okay.
I just, again, I wish that's the angle they just ran with.
Yeah.
That would have been fun. We could have continued with the Adam Chloe thing, or we could start with the Adam Chloe thing a little bit. You know, that would have ended in some other way probably, but we could have still landed with the little Vov living with Adam. That would have been, and we could just played that up a little bit more. All right. And then we could have just played off of this reality TV thing that we're all very much obsessed with.
Didn't you say that, like, oh, what if it falls in love with the mom?
Or if they fall in love with it.
Or or something.
Yeah.
That would have even been,
That'd be cool.
Better. Yeah.
And you still could have maybe had this commentary on falling in love with your oppressor type thing. You know, that could have played a role, you know, instead of having this, the corporatism and the capitalism, and it's just the commentary that's just requires its own movie for, you know, or its own book on, you know. It's this was not the place, I guess, for it. It's just a little unfortunate because I think it had some potential, just like so many other movies.
Yeah, I definitely think it had potential, especially to take it more comedic, because there were definitely some parts where you had me cracking up. Missed opportunity. Yeah,
it's unfortunate. Yeah, well, hate to see it fail so miserably, but it looks like it has gone on to make $203,000.
Ooh.
And this movie, I can guarantee you, cost more than that to make.
Dang.
So this movie's not doing good. Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, I don't know how I really even found out about it. I'll have to go back to that video and try to find that trailer or a trailer and see how many views that it's got. Just to see.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. It's just funny that when you put this movie on, you said we were watching the happy one.
That's right. I gave you the choice between the happy one and I think like the social commentary one.
Yeah. The one I had to really pay attention.
Yeah.
And then the teacher gets shot, and it's like, all right.
I thought this was going to go down the happier route.
Not happy right now.
And I guess it could have been if it went through the love route and these aliens trying to get a grasp on the humanities thing, and you know, and they, that could have been cute. It's cute, sort of, anyways, but it could have been actually good, I think, and cute in that way. But yeah, it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Just so you know, Cory Finley is the guy who directed Thoroughbreds, the horse girls where they kill their...
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I barely remember that movie.
Yeah, me too.
But I think I like this better, but I'm not sure.
I don't even know. I don't remember. But yeah, man, thank you for watching this film with me.
Thank you.
Thank you for discussing this film with me today.
You're welcome.
And thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Filmsteins and joining us here today. We've had a good time discussing this niche film. Is this niche?
This is definitely niche.
Okay. You can join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for new episodes covering movies just like this one or much better ones, but or different ones, blockbusters, indies. You know the intro. Thank you. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Filmsteins. Thanks for tuning in and joining us on our cinematic journey. We hope you enjoyed our discussion and gained some new insights and perspectives on the world of movies. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform, especially Patreon, and follow us on social media for more film-related content. We love hearing from our listeners, so if you have any feedback, suggestions, movie recommendations, or book recommendations, please feel free to reach out to us. Until next time, keep watching and keep loving the magic of movies. This is the Filmsteins, signing off.